Ever walked into sprint planning and walked out more confused than when you walked in? Sprint planning isn't just about filling a board with tasks, it's about setting your team up for a focused, realistic, and successful sprint. In this video, I'll walk you through how to make sprint planning sessions faster, smarter, and actually useful so your team leaves aligned, not exhausted. Hey everyone, welcome back to Product Noobs, where we break down product management concepts into simple, actionable steps. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for more weekly tips on building great products. Today we will learn about sprint planning, why it is important, tips for successful sprint planning, common mistakes to avoid, as well as some real-life examples that have been deployed by large, successful companies to better manage their products. So let's get on with it. First of all, what is sprint planning? Simply put, sprint planning is a meeting where your development team decides what work they'll complete in the next sprint. A sprint is typically a 2-week period where the team focuses on building specific features or fixing problems. Think of it as a team huddle before a big game. Everyone needs to know what we're trying to achieve, who's doing what, how we'll work together, and what success looks like. The main output of sprint planning is a sprint backlog, essentially a to-do list of tasks the team commits to completing in the upcoming sprint. Why is sprint planning important? In simple terms, sprint planning is important because they do the following for the team. It keeps everyone on the same page. Everyone knows what to work on and why. It sets realistic goals, helps avoid overloading the team or missing deadlines. It encourages teamwork. Everyone gets a say in what gets done and how. It improves results. Clear plans lead to better products and happier customers. Here are 7 important tips to help you with your sprint planning. Tip 1. Prepare before the meeting. Don't walk into sprint planning empty-handed. As a product manager, you should do the following. Review and prioritize your product backlog. This is your master list of features and improvements. Write clear user stories. These are short descriptions of features from the user's perspective. Gather any necessary context, screenshots, user feedback, or data that helps explain why something is important. Check team capacity. Know if anyone is taking vacation or has other commitments. Preparation prevents your sprint planning from turning into a requirement gathering session. Your team's time is valuable, so use it wisely. Tip 2. Set a clear sprint goal. Every sprint needs a focused goal that everyone can rally around. This isn't just a list of features. It's a clear statement about what you're trying to achieve. These are the qualities good sprint goals have. They are specific. For example, improve checkout experience rather than work on website. They are measurable. For example, reduce cart abandonment by 15%. They are achievable, based on your team's capacity and skills. They are connected to business value. They explain why this matters to users and the company. A clear goal helps the team make decisions during the sprint. When they're unsure about priorities or trade-offs, they can ask, "Does this help us achieve our sprint goal?" Tip 3. Involve the whole team. Sprint planning isn't a one-person show. Include developers. They'll build the features and know what's technically feasible. Designers. They understand user experience requirements. Quality assurance team. They know what testing is needed. You as product manager, you provide business context and priorities. Each person brings a different perspective. Developers might spot technical dependencies you missed. Designers might identify user experience concerns. QA might point out testing complexities that affect timing. When everyone participates in planning, they feel more ownership of the plan and are more likely to make it successful. Tip 4. Estimate realistically. One of the biggest mistakes in sprint planning is being overly optimistic about what the team can accomplish. Here's how to estimate better. Use story points or time-based estimates. Pick one method and stick with it. Consider the whole picture. Include time for coding, testing, code review, and potential rework. Account for interruptions. Bug fixes, meetings, and other urgent tasks will come up. Look at past performance. How much work did your team actually complete in recent sprints? A good rule of thumb. If your estimate feels tight, add 25% more time. It's better to underpromise and overdeliver than to constantly miss commitments. Tip 5. Break down large tasks. Big, complex features are hard to estimate and track. Break them down into smaller, manageable pieces. For example, instead of build user dashboard, break it down into design dashboard layout, create user data API, build dashboard frontend, add user authentication, write automated tests, and conduct user testing. Smaller tasks are easier to estimate accurately, track progress on, assign to team members, and test and validate. If a task takes more than 2 to 3 days, it's probably too big and should be broken down further. Tip 6. Identify dependencies early. Dependencies are tasks that rely on other work being completed first. Identifying them early prevents surprises and delays. Common dependencies include the following. Technical dependencies. These are features that cannot be built until another feature is completed. Feature B can't be built until feature A is complete. Resource dependencies. This is when the next feature is waiting for designs, content, or third-party integrations. External dependencies. This is a situation where approvals from other teams or stakeholders are required. Create a simple visual map of your dependencies. When you spot them early, you can adjust the order of work, start dependent tasks earlier, have backup plans ready, and communicate with other teams in advance. Tip 7. Plan for testing and review. Many teams forget to include testing and review time in their sprint planning. This leads to rushed quality assurance and technical debt. Make sure your sprint plan includes time for code review, other developers checking the work, quality assurance testing, both manual and automated testing, user acceptance testing, validating that features work as intended, documentation, updating technical docs or user guides. A feature isn't done until it's tested, reviewed, and ready for users. Plan for this from the beginning, not as an afterthought. Mistake 1. Planning too much work. It's tempting to pack sprints full of features, but overcommitment leads to stress, poor quality, and missed deadlines. Start conservative and build confidence in your team's capacity over time. Mistake 2. Skipping the why. Don't just tell your team what to build. Explain why it matters. When developers understand the user problem and business value, they make better decisions and feel more motivated. Mistake 3. Ignoring technical debt. Technical debt is like financial debt. It accumulates interest over time. Reserve some capacity in each sprint for code improvements, bug fixes, and technical upgrades. Mistake 4. Not adapting your process. Every team is different. What works for one team might not work for your team. Pay attention to what's working and what isn't, then adjust your approach accordingly. Let's look at some real-life examples. The first example was when Airbnb faced challenges with unclear sprint goals, leading to misaligned priorities and incomplete tasks. So here's what they changed. They started each sprint planning session with a single focus-driven goal, broke down tasks into manageable, deliverable units, and used data insights to prioritize features that increased user engagement. The result was that sprint efficiency improved, helping them launch enhanced search filters, which led to higher customer bookings. Another example from a Spotify feature team. The team was planning a sprint to improve the Discover Weekly playlist algorithm. Before the sprint planning, the product manager gathered insights from user feedback. Engineers identified technical improvements to the recommendation engine, and the designer mocked up new UI changes for testing. During sprint planning, they set the sprint goal: improve personalization accuracy for Discover Weekly. The team reviewed 5 backlog items related to algorithm tweaks and UI adjustments. Then they discussed estimates and dependencies, and in the end, they committed to 3 items, leaving room for potential bug fixes. The result was that the team delivered what they committed to, and user satisfaction with Discover Weekly saw a 7% boost in that cycle. Why did it work? Because they planned realistically and collaboratively. A third example is from Fitbit. The company, known for its fitness trackers, used Agile sprint planning to meet strict product launch deadlines. As the company grew, it needed to coordinate multiple teams and still deliver products on time, especially for holiday shopping seasons. By holding regular sprint planning meetings, Fitbit teams could set clear goals, break down work into manageable tasks, and track progress together. This approach helped them launch new products successfully and ship millions of devices on schedule. Sprint planning is both an art and a science. The science is in the frameworks and processes we've covered today. The art is in adapting these approaches to work best for your specific team and product. Remember, perfect sprint planning doesn't exist. Even experienced product managers and teams sometimes overcommit or encounter unexpected challenges. The goal is continuous improvement, not perfection. Here are your action items for this week. Review your current sprint planning process. what's working and what isn't. Pick one tip from today's video to try in your next sprint planning session. Ask your team for feedback on how to make sprint planning more effective. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe for more product management content. What sprint planning challenges are you facing? Drop a comment below and I'll try to address them in future videos.